Hello, everyone. Today we will teach you how to create the bot which can batch detect whether the proxy is available.
Open Proxy Fedora at first. Click New Project button to add a new project. Input the project name Proxy Detection, and then click OK. The pop-up form shows this name has been existed, so we will name it Proxy Detection 2, and then click OK. Here, right-click Forms Node to select Add Form Action. Input the new form name main, and then click OK. Now, right-click the new form main to select Edit Action. Here, we can change the size of this form. Here, drag 5 labels and 2 text boxes to the form, and then adjust their position one by one. Here is the attribute of the control. You can set something for them. There are 9 alignments you can choose, but here we will align the text of label 1. Now, edit the name of label 1. Input the name proxy file path. After finish this, click Enter or click the blank area in the form. Now, modify the label to successful proxy save. Do just like label 1. If you think that the text display is not so good, here you can set the height to change the text display. Here we'll select 30 for all the controls. Now, modify the label 3 failed proxy save path, label 4 proxy detection URL, and label 5 results include strings. Do just like before. Here just skip the same action. Drag 2 buttons to this form. In the size filed, input 60 for button 2 and input 75 for button 1. Input the name Start Check for button 1 and Stop Check for button 2. Now, drag the control data grid view to this form. Set the dock attribute for it, and click Save, and then it will adjust the size of data grid view automatically. Here, modify the background color of data grid view to white. Here, you'd better get a name for the text box, change become meaningful name. It will be easy for you to know which control is the content from in the next operation. Here, we will use the default name attribute of the two buttons and the data grid view directly. After set all, click Save. Here, we still can name the title of the form to Proxy Detection. Select False in Show Icon to hide the form icon. After set all, click Save. Here, click Center Screen to let the form in the center, and then click Save. Now, right-click Main, select Debug to see the result we have set up. See, this is the form that we created just now. These two buttons have not set any text, so when we click it, there is no any result. Now, right-click Main to select the Edit action. Select the Start Check button, select the Set button to add something for it. Here, there is nothing in the drop box, which is because we do not add anything for it. So, right-click Main to select Add Function action. Input the name BT and Start click as the text of Start Check button, and then click OK. Click the variable we add just now, and then select Operate button action. Here, set something for this button, and disable it. After set all, click Save. Now, add an Operation button action for button 2. Here, set something for this button, and enable it. After set all, click Save. Now, right-click Main to select Add Function action. Input the new function name BT and stop click, and then click OK. Now, add an Operation button action in BT and stop click. Here, set the option for button 2, and disable it. After set all, click Save. Add an operation button action in btn stop click for button 1. Here, set the option for button 1, and enable it. After set all, click Save. Now, add the click text for button 1, click the Set button to select btn start click, and then click OK. Then do the same operation for button 2. After set all, click Save. Now, let's select Debug action to run it. Here, as you see, click the Start Check button. It will be disabled automatically, but the Stop Check button is enabled. So when you click the Stop Check button, it will be disabled, and enabled the Start Check button, and it is definitely the result that we want. Right-click btn start click to add a Operate Text Box action. Select the TXT Edit Proxy, and get the text for it. Click Variable Management button, in the current events to add a new variable for form. Input the variable name TXT Edit Proxy, select string as the value type, and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. It is to get the text from TXT Edit Proxy, and then save it to TXT Edit Proxy. Now add an Operate Text Box action in btn start click. Select the Control TXT Complete, and get the text for it. Click Variable Management button to add a new variable for form. Input the variable name TXT Complete, select string as the value type, and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. It is to get the text from TXT Complete, and then save it to TXT Complete. Now, add an Operate Text Box action in btn start click. Select the Control TXT Failure, and get the text for it. Click Variable Management button to add a new variable for form. Input the variable name TXT Failure, select string as the value type, and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. It is to get the text from TXT Failure, and then save it to TXT Failure. Now, add an Operate Text Box action in btn start click. Select the control textural, and get the text for it. Click Variable Management button to add a new variable for form. Input the variable named textural, select string as the value type, and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. It is to get the text from textural, and then save it to textural. Now, add an Operate Text Box action in btn start click. Select the Control TXT Contain SDR, and get the text for it. Click Variable Management button to add a new variable for form. Input the variable name TXT Contain SDR, select string as the value type, and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. It is to get the text from TXT Contain SDR, and then save it to TXT Contain SDR. Now, add a Run Web Submit module action in btn start click. Here, we need to select module to run it. Now there is no any module. so right-click Web Operation Module to select the Add Module action. Input the module name Proxy Detection Module, and then click OK. Add a read file action in Proxy Detection Module. Here select the second way to read the content. Check Use Variable button in Path. Click Variable Management button to add a new variable. Input the variable name Edit Proxy, select Initialize Variable option, and String as the value type. After Set All, click Add. Select the variable we added just now in Path. Here, we need to save this content in table. Click Variable Management button to add a new variable. Input the variable name Proxy Table, select Store Variable option, and Table as the value type. Here is only one column, select Column 1, and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. Now, add a variable operate action in Proxy Detection Module. Click Variable Management button to add a new variable. Select Store Variable option and Double as the value type. After Set All, click Add. This variable is to get the total rows of the table. There is no data now, so the result in the test result is 0. Now, add an if action in Proxy Detection Module, and it is to judge whether the value of proxy table count whether is equal to 0. If so, add an end action in TrueNode. Check Good End, and then click Save, and it is to end this module. If there is no data in proxy table count, it will not end this module automatically. Now, add a variable operate action in Proxy Detection Module. Here, select Proxy Table, and then click Variable Management button to add a new variable. Select Store Variable option in Variable Types, and put the variable name Proxy Table Row. Select String as the value type, and then click Add. After we get the first row's value from table, save it to Proxy Table Row. After saved it, and then remove it from rows. Now, add a proxy set action in Proxy Detection Module. Select Proxy Table Row for proxy set action and then click Save. Add a load URL action in Proxy Detection Module, and it is to visit URL in variable that you select. Click Variable Management button to add a new variable. Input the variable name URL, select Initialize Variable option, select String as the value type, and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. Here, we can set the timeout for it. We will set 30 seconds for it. If there is no any result within 30 seconds, and then add a try-catch action to catch the error. Drag the load URL and proxy set action to dry. Now, add a scraper action in TrueNode, and it is to scrape the current website content. Here, select Scrape Page Body HTML. Click Variable Management button to add a new variable, and it is to save the scraped content. Input the variable name request result, select Store Variable in Variable Types. Select String as the value type and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. Add a variable operate action and try. Select Proxy Table Count, and let the value of it -1. Click Test button. After got the result, click Save. Now, right-click Try Node to add a Run JavaScript code action. Click Add button to assign 2 parameters for it. Assign the first parameter request result, and then click Add. Then assign the second parameter contain SDR. But here we need to add it at first. So click Variable Management button, and put the variable name contain SDR. After set all, click Add. Now, add the parameter we added just now. Copy this name as result str to the execute function text box. Now, click Variable Management button to add a new variable, and it is to save the result. Input the variable name bool, and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. Add an if action and try, and it is to judge whether the variable of bool is true. Check Not Case Sensitive button, and then click Save. If so, add a write file action in true, and it to save the proxy. Select Trap and Append, and it is to wrap and append the content of proxy table row to the file. Here, click Variable Management button to add a new variable, and it is to save the text. Input the variable name complete, select Initialize Variable and Variable Types, and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. Now, it will wrap and append the content of proxy table row to the complete file path. If the value of bool is not true, it will go to the false action. Add a write file action in false. Select Trap and Append, and it is to wrap and append the content of proxy table row to the file. Here, click Variable Management button to add a new variable, and it is to save the text. Input the variable name failure, select Initialize Variable and Variable Types, and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. Now, add a variable operation action and try. Click Variable Management button to add a table variable. Input the variable name Accounts Table, select Store Variable option. Select Table and Value Type. Here we need 2 columns. Select column 1, and name it Proxy. And then select column 2, name it Whether Available. After Set All, click Add. Select the variable we added just now. Select Add Row for it in the processing way. Click Set button to save the value of proxy to proxy table row. And then save the value of whether available at bool. After Set All, click Save. Here, the if action will judge whether the value of proxy table count is 0. If so, it will go to the true action, and operate the end action to end the browser. Select Accounts table, and then click Save. Right-click Main, and then select Debug to have a test. Here, the main interface will get running result after finished it, and then display it in this text box. Add a go-to action in try, and let it go to the 3-step. And then it will judge whether the proxy table count is null. If so, it will end the browser and return a variable. If the time is out when we open the URL, it will give error hint. And then go to catch action. So, add a variable operation action in catch. Select proxy table count, and then let it -1. Click Test button to get the result and then click Save. Now, add a write file action in catch, and it is to save the error file. Select Wrap and Append, and it is to wrap and append the content of proxy table row to the file. Check Use Variable, select proxy table row to save it. Here, select Failure, and then click Save. Now, add a variable operation action in catch. Set the bool to empty value, and then click Save. Add a variable operation action in catch. Set the bools appends the string to false, and then click Save. Here, why do we need to set the value of bool to empty? If it is successful to open the URL in the first time, it will go to the next operation automatically, and then save the recent available proxy. After it does the second operation, the proxy will be changed, and maybe the timeout will occur, and then get error hint, and go to the catch action. But, the value of the bool is also saved on the last value. The appended string will put the last value together with this value, so it is needed for us to set the value of bool to empty. Now, add a variable operation action. Select Accounts table to add row for it. Click Set button to save the value of proxy to proxy table row. And then save the value of whether available to bool. After Set All, click Save. Add a go-to action, and let it go to the 3rd step, and then click Save. Now, this module has been finished. Click Run Web Submit Module Action, select Proxy Detection module we created just now. Click Set Initialize Variables button to set the initialize value for it. Select TXT Edit Proxy to assign it to Edit Proxy, and then click Finish. The rest 4 variables are also needed to set. Select xtrl to assign it to URL. Select TXT Contain str to assign it to Contain SDR. Select TXT Complete to assign it to Complete. Select TXT Failure to assign it to Failure. After set all, click Finish. Now, click Variable Management button to add a new variable, and it is to save the running object. Input the variable name message. And then click Add. Select the variable we added just now. Here, the Save Return Result to Variable option is to save the value from the module after it has finished these operations. In the front of the operation, we have forgotten to save the result that we set, so here we need to set these variables again. So everybody, please keep the habit of saving in mind. Click Variable Management button to add these variables again. Here, select Message, check Save Return Result to Variable. And then click Variable Management button to add a new variable. It is to save the result. Select Global Variables for all forms for it. Input the variable name Accounts Table. Select Table as the value type. Here, 2 columns are needed. Select Column 1, and name it Proxy. And then select Column 2, name it Whether Available. After set all, click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. Now, we need to make this data from Accounts table displayed in this list. Right-click BT and Start Click to add an Operate Data Grid View action. Select the control of Data Grid View 1. Select Set Data in Select function. Select Accounts Table to get the value and then click Save. Now add a Stop Web Submit module action in BTN Stop Click, and it is to stop the running module. Here, we need to select a variable to save the running module. So, click BT and Stop Click, and then click Variable Manager button to add the variable. Here, select Local Variables in function BT and Stop Click to add the variable. Input the variable name message, and then click Add. The pop-up form shows this variable has existed in BT and Start Click. So, change the variable name to message2, and then click Add. Select the variable we added just now, and then click Save. Now, right-click Main, and then select Debug. After the data displayed in this list, when we click Start Check button, run the template. And the buttons here are not initialized back to the original state. So, add a Run function action in BT and Start Click. Select BT and stop. Click Start Check and make it initialize to the original state, and then click Save. Now, let's debug it to see the result again. Click Start Check button. Now, it has been initialized to the original state. Now, click Main, and select Edit. Here, we need to click the window setting Load Control, and it is to initialize the list when it opens this form every time, and avoid the data duplication. Click Main to select Add Function. Input the function name in it window, and then click OK. Add a variable operation in an add window. Select Accounts table, and set the value of it to empty, and then click Save. Add a Operate Data Grid View action in an add window. Select Data Grid View and set its data again, and then assign the data to Account table. Now, click Main to select Edit action. Click Set to add a load event. Select an add window, and then click OK. Now, all the operation has been finished. Let's debug the main to see the result.
Here, if you think that the interface are not so satisfied, and then you can adjust to what you want.
Move it up a bit. You can use the 4 direction keys on the keyboard. The first variable is the proxy file path. Splice the file name behind the URL, and use, to separate it. The second variable is to save the available proxy. Here, I will copy the path prepared by us before. The third variable is to save the unavailable proxy. Here, I will copy the path prepared by us before. The fourth variable is to fill in the URL that has used a proxy to visit. The fifth variable is to fill in the matched string in the open website. Now, let's check the file. This proxy is available. And this one is not. Now, this module has been finished. That is all. Thanks for watching.